Before you say, my business makes me $30,000 a month, ask yourself one question. Is your business actually profitable? Or are you just paying yourself with your own money? Most entrepreneurs don't realize this. They think they're making six figures, but if they had to replace themselves, rent their own assets, and calculate the real cost of capital, the business would be negative. Today, I want to show you how entrepreneurs accidentally fool themselves and how to think like a real investor inside your own company. If you're serious about business and financial intelligence, subscribe to the channel now. I publish every single day. This is not random motivation. This is a practical business and finance university. Good morning, wealth builders. I'm Ravi Gabis, and welcome back to the Gabis Show, where we unlock the secrets of real wealth in the United States every single day. We continue talking about business, and today we're talking about investing in your own business. Recently, I spoke with a man here in New York. He runs a transportation company, public buses, contracts with the city, corporations, travel agencies. He told me proud, my business brings me $34,000 a month. That's more than $400,000 a year. Sounds impressive. But when I started asking questions, something interesting appeared. He owns the land where his base is located, about 15,000 square feet. He has an office building there, about 2,000 square feet. He owns one of the buses outright. He works as the CEO. He manages staff. He handles operations. Now let's separate roles. Inside one business, you can be the employee. You can be the CEO, operator. You can be the owner. You can be the investor. Most entrepreneurs mix all this together, and that's where illusions begin. Let's calculate. If he rented out his land and office instead of using it, he could receive around $19,000 per month. If he rented out his bus, he could get around $300, $350 per day, or $10,000 per month. So just from assets, he could generate roughly $29,000. Now imagine he retires and he hires a professional CEO. Market salary, around $10,000 to $15,000 per month. Let's take $10,500 conservatively. So now we calculate the true cost of running this business. If he replaces himself and rents his own assets at market value, $19,000 for the base, $10,000 for the bus, $10,500 as a CEO. That's nearly $39,500 per month. But the business brings $34,000. That means from a pure investor perspective, the business is negative, minus $5,000 a month. And here's a key point. This is not even a business from a businessman perspective. A business is a money-making machine. If it cannot generate positive return after paying market costs for capital and management, it's not a business, it's a hobby disguised as a business. And it's not even a normal job, because if he had to rent everything and hire a CEO, he wouldn't earn $10,000. He would effectively be working for about $5,000. So not only is the investment negative, as a worker, he's underpaying himself. He thinks he earns $34,000 a month. In reality, he earns much less once you separate the roles properly. But he doesn't see it. Why? Because he mixes everything together. He doesn't calculate the cost of his capital. He doesn't calculate opportunity cost, meaning what his money and assets could earn elsewhere. He doesn't separate investor from operator. And this confusion is extremely common. When you invest money into your own business, you automatically become an investor. And investors expect return. If your business truly returns $50,000, then why would you ever avoid external financing? Why not borrow cheaper capital and scale properly? If your business cannot pay market rent for your own assets and still generate profit, then you must rethink the structure. This is where financial literacy begins. You must separate in your mind. As an employee, you want salary. As an owner, you want profits. As an investor, you want return on capital. As a landlord, you want rent. If you mix them, you lose clarity of vision. And without clarity, you cannot scale intelligently. By the way, my book, Business from Scratch Up to Millions, explains this separation in detail. The link is in the description below. And if you want to go deeper into how business turns into investment capital, there is also a free webinar link in the description. I explain how to move from business income to real wealth building step by step. This is the transition point. First, you build business, then you learn how to treat your business as an asset. And once you understand that, you stop guessing and you start thinking like an investor. Tomorrow, we'll go even deeper into business, capital, and returns. See you then.